This is a big deal. You guys should be really proud that you're doing this. I know I talked to Ms. Payne, Mr. Broussard, and they were saying, we are the first schools in Massachusetts doing this. No one else has done this. So you guys are trailblazing. It's pretty awesome. So we're excited to have you. We talk pretty regularly, and we said, listen, it'd be great if we could have all the students over to a quick orientation. Don't worry, guys, you don't have to write anything down. You know, if you have questions, if you want to write them down to remind yourself to ask the questions later, that's fine. But don't worry about that. Just let's give you a bit basic. This is what you're going to do. How is this all going to work? You're going to hear myself when you actually start the program in the fall. The instructors are going to say, this is the first time we've done this, like I said. There's going to be some things that we're going to do it and realize, it didn't work quite the way we want to do it. We'll change it. We'll fix it. So I'm going to ask you to be patient all the way through and help us out. Before we get on to this, I want to introduce, so this is Ms. Carlson. Ms. Carlson is the principal at Monty Tech. Fortunately, because we'll make sure that everybody here as much as we can, born in Uruguay, and so she is Spanish speaker. She's just going to do a quick introduction of our Spanish speaking.
Good morning and welcome. Bienvenidos a todos. Si hablan español, we are super excited, obviously, about this new program and the fact that you're all here and joining us. This is something that's been in the works for some time. Thank you, Mr. Brown, and to Mrs. Whitaker, and your Senate districts as well, working together to make this happen. Okay? So, just quickly, I know Mr. Brown is going to go over some of the stuff in the student handbook. When you guys came in the morning, remember, as I said, and I think I missed the Marietta and Gardner folks, when you get dropped off, all our students, we have a total of 30 buses. Okay? We'll give you some information on the buses, and obviously throughout the summer we'll be sending information home. But when you get dropped off, you'll be riding to school with Monty Tech students. You'll know how to enter your bus stop, so when you get picked up, you're going to enter the building. There's plenty of staff. You literally open our front doors as you walked in. Our cafeteria is there. You want to get in, you have access to free breakfast as you do currently in your school. And then what's going to happen is once we dismiss the Monty Tech students, you're simply going to just remain in the cab, and then the bus will be pulling up to take you guys and drive you just down the street to MVP, which you're checking out in a little bit today. So when I asked while you're in the building, although I know Mr. Brown is going to deal with some student handbook stuff, and the fact that, you know, as far as discipline and stuff like that, that's sort of like housed at your school, we'll be reporting. When you come into the building, we take great pride in our building and what we do here. I ask that people are respectful. I ask that people are kind. I always say, I didn't dress for you if you don't like my outfit. You don't have to tell me. Think it. Do the same with your peers, right? If you don't have something nice to say, just don't. I want kids to come to school to want to be here. We're super excited that you're all here. Again, you're going to come in, follow the rules. I know we just talked about hats. We don't allow hats in our building. So when you come up the bus, I just ask that you kindly just remove the hat when you're in the cafeteria. Once you're an MVP, typically in our shops, we will allow our students to wear the hats as well. Okay? And I know many of you may be asking about like dress code in our shop areas. We ask that students wear boots. You want to have jeans or work pants. Okay? And then just the top, we don't allow dangling jewelry, bracelets, anything like that. That would obviously get in the way of working with equipment. Remember, safety is always our #1 priority too. Cell phones, we would ask that you put cell phones away. You don't have them in the workplace. You don't have them with you. So again, Mr. Brown will go over those rules a little bit at that time as well. The same with earbuds, guys, right? If you're working on machinery and somebody has to say stop, watch out, I'm in the way, come in. We want to make sure that you're at all times aware of what is happening. So we want to make sure that you don't have any impairments with having earbuds in or anything of that sort. You'll also be given a pair of safety glasses too. Those must be worn at all times when you just tell you to do so. Now we'll go over those expectations with you as well. And are they getting shirts? They are. Okay. Ooh, beautiful. Okay.
In fact, I'm supposed to remind everybody when you came in, you got a little form like this that has a t-shirt on it. Make sure you put your name, your size, and leave this with us. Leave it on the table as you go out, because we need to get these back so we can order your shirts for you. Okay?
And also guys like hair, right? If you're working on something, machinery, have a hair, and as you're working. So
yeah, I have a problem with hair all the time. It really stinks.
But those are all the things, and you learn about the
Third has a day off, but Monty Tech doesn't have that day off. You're still coming into school, all right? But still, it's going to balance out. We have not all the same holidays off. The things that will be a quirky piece might be some districts might have a professional development day where the teachers have a day and you guys get to have a day off. If we have Monty Tech's open, you need to come in. So if you go to pages, you don't have to go to it right now, but if you go to page 3 and 4, you'll see what the calendar is, all right? We do this thing at Monty Tech called the A-week, B-week, all right? Sometimes called the week about schedule. So see, if you're going to be, if you're junior now, you're going to be senior, raise your hand. All right, you guys are A-week, all right? So whenever you look at that calendar, whatever week has A on it, next to the end, that's when you guys are going to be here. When you're on B-week, you're back in your school doing your academics. Sophomores, next year's juniors, other way around. On A-week, you're here at your home district doing your academics, and on the B-week, you're down to the building doing shop, all right? It just flips back and forth. How in terms of, for us, just so you know, sometimes you think, oh, well, shop, you're not doing any homework. Your academic teacher is going to give you homework sometimes during shop week. It's not going to be due until you come back to academics, but just so you know that. I don't know what the district's put in place, but I'm guessing, don't assume you're not doing any homework during those academic weeks. The first week, the first couple of weeks, guys, even when it's a shop week, you're going to stay at your home district. We're technically not going to start until the week of September 9th. That's A week, so seniors are going to be coming to shop on that first week, September 9th. Here's the thing that's kind of we're disappointed about. You're all going to learn about the construction process. And one of the things you're going to learn about is when you're building stuff, and a lot of you, some of you probably work with relatives, you know this, but you're going to get building permits in order to do renovations and do construction. When we went to get our building permit to do all the renovations down here, unfortunately, in Pittsburgh, the gentleman who was the building commissioner had resigned. So nobody was doing the paperwork. So we ended up being a couple of months, probably a good 2 months behind schedule on our renovations. What that means is for the first couple of weeks, certainly, probably into October, we're actually going to be meeting here on campus for classes as we finish up the renovations. Just want to make sure you guys know that. We don't know how long it will be. Don't worry. It's going to be same training, same work you're going to do. But the first couple of weeks, certainly you'll be here doing that work. So anyhow, that's the basic calendar, go back and forth. It alternates, you can check that out. Like I said, most of the holidays are the same and everything else. All right, so that's the basic schedule. Starting the day. So the plan is this. Our buses drive right through your towns. We have bus stops all over the towns and everything else. Basically what we're going to do is during the summer, your folks will send us your addresses, and we'll basically find the closest stop to your house. And basically, you're just going to go to that bus stop, and we'll come pick you up. So you'll be riding the Monty Tech bus when you have shop, all right? Potentially, we're going to allow some drivers, all right? And it also depends on what the home schools want, and the home district schools want to do. When you get down there, you're going to see there's not a ton of parking. So what we're probably going to do with drivers, once we kind of, the first couple of weeks, we might have to take a bus. The drivers are going to have you park in a part of the parking lot at the other end of the building. We'll show you that more at the end of the day and everything else. But the drivers might have opportunities as well. I know especially the sophomores, you probably get close to your licenses, but not quite there yet. But anyhow, it's mostly taking the Monty Tech bus. Guys, you've all rode buses, you know the rules of buses, you know what I mean, basically. Here's the scary part. Our buses pick up pretty early, so I don't know what time you guys get picked up for your buses usually. But just so you know, so there again, if you're at Phillipston, the earliest pickup we had was 6:46, which actually was bad. Templeton and Gardner, we have some bus stops that pick up at 6:30. And Fitchburg is 6:40. I don't know where your stop's going to be. I mean, it could be, let's face it, some of the Fitchburg buses, if you live around this side of town, literally the bus is picking you up at 7:10 and bringing you to school at 7:20. Our school day starts at 7:45. All right, I'll get to what the basic days are going to look like, so you guys know, all right? So that's going to be the basic how you're going to get here. I think they showed you when you got here. When you walk in, the front door, you're going to get off the bus, you're going to walk in the front door, just follow all the Monty Tech kids. We're going to get you guys, so you'll have your ID, so it'll be an MVP Academy ID, so don't worry about someone running up and saying, hey, we got to have radio. All you have to do is say, I'm an MVP, and they'll be fine, don't worry about it. If you want to get breakfast, you're not required, you can go in, you should serve a pretty good breakfast, help yourself. It's free, as you know, just like everything in other schools say it's free. You can grab breakfast around 7:40 or so. We'll tell everybody to make sure MPD, you got to be down here because the buses leave. For everybody on a couple buses, drive guys, it's literally less than a mile and a half down the road. Between here and there, will take 4 minutes to get there, almost 3 minutes. So we'll get you there and start the day. So I'm going to go right into kind of, I'll skip ahead and kind of do the typical day kind of thing. When you get down to MVP, we'll drop you off. You're going to go in. Again, we start at 7:45 is when the day starts. There's usually a few announcements if there's anything that's going on during the day, but you'll dive right into work. All right? That's why those uniform things, the boots, glasses, your safety glasses, which we'll give you. We'll give you those things. You have to have those all the time, guys, or else you can't work. Yeah, typically we're okay. But we do have some safety credit that goes over your glasses too. Definitely, I don't know if you're house carpentry or electrical. I mean, house carpentry stuff can get slip and go. Electrical is a little safer, but still, it's better to wear the goggles. So, but you can wear your glasses underneath. You're fine. So the day starts at 7:45, guys. You'll get started. A few announcements. There's a thing called related. All right, there is classroom time. How many of you guys are going in for electrical? All right. How many of you know anything about the electrical code book? Get ready. Buckle up. All right. No joke. The electrical code books are huge, thick books that you need to know all the regulations. Now, we're not going to enforce all regulations on you while you're doing this program because you learn them in stages. But that related class, it might be that you're going to sit down and for 45 minutes or so, you're going to work through those things, the code book. So you learn the basic codes and how we're wiring and everything else. So that's we call that related. Each shop is going to have its own little classroom. So you'll do that. Then you'll probably go out to the shop. By the way, we have break time. You get break time scheduled all the way through. In the shop, you're working on individual projects. In house carpentry, I should say. House carpentry, you might do a lot of group projects. So maybe 3 of you will build a small shed or something like that. Electrical, you're going to get your own booth. And literally in your booth, when you have to do a wiring project, you do it right there in your booth. All right? That way, in most cases, we can leave it up overnight. You can come in the next day and just get right to work. You don't have to worry about putting everything back together again or everything else. So you're going to be working in your own booth if you're in electrical. You'll go till we have lunch. We have 2 lunch sessions. So electrical might go to lunch at 11, and then carpentry, house carpentry goes at 11:30. All right. We're going to bring lunch to you. You'll be able to pick your order. Food's going to come down from our cafeteria. Again, you don't pay anything for that. Part of the building is going to be a big common area where you guys can sit and have lunch right there. Guys, as always, it's your responsibility to help keep the place clean. There will be an office manager, an administrator who can help keep place, but really, we'll have trash bins. We really ask you, we want them. This is going to be basically a brand new. You don't know, it's going to be a warehouse. Actually, it was owned by a brewery up the road. They use it for cold storage. We're renting it now and converting it, so it's going to be brand new shop space, brand new furniture. Everything's going to be brand new. So you guys get in. You're the first ones coming through, so you're lucky. But please do whatever you can to keep it clean. Anyhow, you'll do lunch. After lunch, there's still work time. At the end of the day, we usually finish up. We end the day at 2:40. All right? So our buses leave at 2:40. So you guys, in order to get you to, yes, the last thing you do for the day in shop is you clean the shop. You make sure it gets the saloon ready to go, so you guys walk in the next day, you're good to go. So you'll probably finish up, I would say 2:15 to clean up. We'll get you on the buses, bring you back here, let you get to go. But the reason, guys, that this is a brand new effort is when myself and Ms. Whitaker, back when we first started, we met with your superintendents, and we said, listen, we want to do an after. It's called, technically, it's called an after dark program. But what other schools do is you do your academic day all the way through, you finish school at 3 o'clock, and then you go over to the vocational. And that means you can't play football, you can't be in the play, you can't. You might not be able to test your part-time job. And your superintendent said that to us. They said, our guys have too much going on in the afternoon. We don't want to do it that way. So we quickly said, okay, we're not going to do that. We're going to do it during the school day. So you're going to be able to play sports. You're going to be able to be in the play, How that works out in terms of transportation, I don't know what time your practices start or anything like that, but if you have questions about that, if you're worried about that, certainly talk to the folks who brought you there and everything else. But we want you to be able to participate in after-school stuff as much as possible. So we'll get you out of here as quickly as we can, all right? So that will end the day. So that's basically what you can expect. Again, that's really simple. That's what the basic day is going to be. The other piece we want to know is about, okay, grades, attendance. We worked it out that basically everything is going to be done by your home district. So basically, when you show up for school down at MVP Academy, our office manager is going to call and just say this painter or whoever it's going to be and say, hey, all right, Freddie's not here today, so mark him absent. And that's all going to get marked absent in your school system. So that's not going to be kept on MVP Academy. Same with grades. They're going to send back, they're going to say, Susie got a B for quarter 2. We don't keep it, it gets sent back to them. So all your grades and everything else are still housed with all your other academic grades. The discipline, if you please, I hope I'm never going to have to say this, if you break rules and you end up getting conduct, it's the conduct from your sending district. All right, so make sure you know that. So if you know, if I get in the fight, back at school, I get 9 days for being in a fight. You're going to get 9 days for the fight. It's not, we don't decide that. We just report it back to your sending district, and that's what happens. All right? So make sure, I'm sure you guys are all good folks. You want to make sure that you're doing what you're supposed to do. And keep in mind, if you get a 9-day suspension, it's not that you miss 5 days to shop and then 4 days of academics. You miss 5 days to shop, you skip academics, and then you miss 4 days to shop. Right, so you're getting suspended for shot. That's the kind of difference there. So make sure you're doing what you got to do. So where it says up there about grades and attendance, again, that's all being kept to your parents. If you use Power School or something like that, all your parents will be able to look at your grades and everything else. All right, last couple things here. I already talked about the typical day. We talked about dress code. As Carlos already mentioned, you don't want people looking at their phones when they're working on tools or anything like that. So your phones, to be honest, guys, what we do in the shops here is basically you come in and you turn in your phone at the beginning, it's kept in a case, and that's about it. Obviously, if there's emergencies, you need to use your phone, you need to call someone who can work that out. But in general, it's going to be a safe working environment. Please make sure you take a look at the rest of the handbook. We'll go through it again, like I said, with your parents. But that's again just some of the very basic kind of things. One of the things we really want to talk about, Ms. Woodliff is going to come up and join us here. So Ms. Woodliff runs our continuing ed program. And I know a lot of you who are seniors are saying to yourselves, oh wait, it's the first year, I'm a senior, I'm only going to get 1 year of training. What is this going to help me? How is this going to help me move on to get a job and everything else? I guarantee you there are ways, all right? It's going to involve you doing work afterwards, but there are ways, and again, Ms. Woodliff helps run our continuing ed. We have pathways through Monty-Tech continuing ed as well, so I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Woodliff and let her kind of fill you in. But even for those of you who are going to be juniors next year, you're going to want to listen to this too, because bottom line, you're not going to get all your time, especially if you're an electrician. If you don't know the pattern for electrical in terms of hours, again, buckle up.
Good morning. Everybody's just as awake as I am. So I typically do evening hours. So I'm excited to be here with you this morning, but I'm really going to be addressing the rising seniors. Okay, not that I don't juniors, this is going to be important information for you. But Monty Tech, we have a continuing education that's also often known as Monty Tech Nights. And so when you're in the electrical program, when we're in the electrical program, you know, it is a 4-year program. I'm not going to spend this time going through and describing what it takes to be a licensed electrical journeyman. But what I am going to do is I'm going to get a 1-pager and I'm going to send it back with your guidance counselors so everybody understands what that process looks like. Okay? When vocational students graduate and an electrical program, they jump right into an evening program to continue their electrical co-theory hours. Okay? And when I say jump in, they jump into year 2 because they already got year 1 done at their school. So as you're coming in as a rising senior into MVP, which is first of all an unbelievable first, I mean, this is really amazing. Okay? You guys are really, this is an unbelievable opportunity. individuals have worked really hard here at Monty Tech to put as much effort into considering the rising seniors to make sure you get as much as possible of those 150 hours of year one. Every electrical coded theory program is 150 hours. So as much as we put a lot of effort into it, there's a huge emphasis in making sure that you get all of that. There's still only so many days in a school year, right? So let's say we come up short and you finish 120. We're not going to leave you hanging. This is where my team's going to come in, and we're going to custom and tailor a program for you that you can continue to get your remaining 30 hours. Okay? That may look like summer. That may, I'm not saying summer school and drudging and all of that. That may be a complimentary service for the electrical students that could come in the evening, because we run programs at nighttime. We start our classes at 5:30. So we will make sure that whatever that looks like, we'll partner with the electrical instructors and make sure that you get your full 150 hours. So that means when September starts and I open up another school year, nobody as a rising senior in this program is going to be behind. They're going to be able to jump right into year 2. Another caveat of this is you're going to be an alumni. Even though you're coming from your regular descending schools and you're going to play sports there and your grades are there and you're going to graduate there, you're now part of the Monty Tech family. And so it will be an alumni discount. And so when you come on board and continue your education in electrical, there will be a discount associated with that. Okay? That's huge. That's really important. Carpentry, let me just throw a few things there. Even though carpentry doesn't have a license, by show of hands, how many are going to be in-house carpentry? Okay. So house carpentry, what I can do as well, and send to your guidance counselors, is that continuing education, we have a significant amount of follow-up credentials. So you're going to hear this a lot, industry credentials, okay? These are different types of certifications. These are things that are going to make you that much more employable to go and start your career. You will stand out against anybody else that doesn't have these credentials, okay? And there's a lot of them. So when it comes to electrical, it's your electrical mod 1. That's a credential, 150 hours, okay? That is also going to be your OSHA. OSHA is safety, okay? You're going to have an OSHA card. When it comes to carpentry, you're going to get all these options in carpentry. It's just the industry itself doesn't have like a Massachusetts license. Okay? But there are significant other things that are going to come along with that. Our carpentry program here at Monty Tech during the day and in the evening has an articulation agreement with the Carpenters Apprenticeship Union. And that's a big deal. Okay? They call us a free apprentice program. They will prioritize any of our carpentry students over any other applicant they get. Okay? We also set up and we do things like hoisting, okay? That's a 2-day class, so you can use certain heavy equipment. As you get longer in the field and more experience, there's a thing called construction supervisor license, all right? That means that you can be the construction supervisor on a job site. And you know what that means? More money. More money. So these are the things that I just wanted to make sure I had an opportunity to share. Continuing Ed has a significant amount of opportunities for the community in general, but we're taking that extra step forward to make sure that we custom and tailor the MVP students are going to have an opportunity to get everything they need. Because how many of you did ask, like, it's only going to be a 1 year, why did I do it? Fair. And I'm glad you did, because that means you're thinking about it, right? You're only going to get 1 year, but the rising juniors are going to get 2. We're going to make sure that we're going to custom what you're going to miss from not having 2 years with our program at Lake School. Okay? Any questions with that? No? Okay, nice job, guys.
Thank you. All right, so again, the takeaway there is don't be nervous, all right? If you're worried that you're not going to get enough training, when we set this whole program up, our goal was you guys to be job ready, to be able to walk on and to get jobs, whether it's electrical, house carpentry. If you don't know, there's got to be a third program. So if you're a sophomore, you'll be there for the third program. We're adding plumbing the following year, all right? But we can only get 2 programs started this year. So we're going to have all 3 going at some point, so we're looking forward to that. All right. Any immediate pressing questions that anyone has on anything about MVP or anything about what's going on here? Yes, sir. Yep. Yes. So we have programs during the summer. We just ask you if that's what happens after the school year. So.
Yeah. So we'll probably include you in the conversation, to be honest with you.
questions or concerns we had. All right, again, guys, we're really excited. We hope this is a good experience for you. We appreciate, like I said, your patience as we go through this. It's kind of brand new. All right, so what we're going to do now is, not to give you a second for you to stand up. We're going to get you on the buses, and we're going to bring you down to the site. First thing you're going to see is how short the drive is from here down to there. When you get there, we just started our site work. So the parking lots are pretty much torn up. But you'll be able to drop you off. Do me a favor, don't come right off the buses. We want to make sure the folks, because kids are in there and teachers are in there right now doing work. So we want to make sure they have anything that needs to be put away. You're not going to see a lot because, like I said, we're still working. You're going to see that we have all the frames up. All the lights are brand new. We've done trenching in there. We've installed plumbing down there, everything else. A lot of work has been done, but there's a lot of work still to be done. So if you walk in, like, this place isn't done yet. It's not, but it will be. We'll be ready in the fall, all right? All right, so let's see. While we have Fitchburg crew go first, you guys can head on out. Yes, don't forget your t-shirt paper. Drop that on.